Goodbye 2019, a year that was. The year 2020, the 20s, the 20s, the 20s, the 20s, a new year, a new decade. Aha! G'day viewers, Steve here, Steve Southeast Asia. Well, my year plus in review. Goodbye 2019, hello 2020, a new year, a new decade. Well, my new year plus in review. Let's go back a little further than 2019, 2018. October 2018 for that. From my last trip to Cambodia, and not made it organised, but I got there, Phnom Penh, then to Siem Reap, Angkor Wat. Loved it there. Loved the temples. You either do or you don't. Being one of the oldest and massive places. Yes, Angkor Wat is amazing. And then head back to Phnom Penh. Well, that turned out to be a bit of a sore point. You don't really want to get crook or have any incidents. Well, I done me back in there, so I was laid up for 5 days. So my trip was no good back in 2018 October. Yeah, so anyway, I got back to home here, and then from there, got a bit of physio treatment. But out of that, I had some rather bad, a little bit of a bad thing to sort of deal with. My beautiful little girl. To my right, just there. Yes, Millie eventually passed away. Suffered many years with being a diabetic. She ended up going deaf and blind, and just broke my heart. I spent 2 weeks with her before I had to make the decision. Enough's enough. It was just one of the more terrible things of 2018 I had to put up with. But anyway, that was a pain, so I got through it. So that was my serious bad news for 2018. So I didn't do a great deal in 2018 after that. From there on, managed to get through the next few months to December, then came on December. Had a geriatrician appointment for my father. Bad news again. Early onset of Alzheimer's dementia. Also Alzheimer's forgetting. Health-wise, pretty good. But the brain's just not there. So anybody who deals with that knows exactly what I'm talking about there. So I got through that, and then I did have a trip planned and did get away to in April. Managed to get through January, February and March. Come April, all got away, no worries. Had a great time in Phuket. Then we went to Bangkok. Then flew to Bangkok, I should say. And then from there, we had a time there, diving, scuba diving, drinking, walking. Had Songkran there. Had a great time, all of us. Then headed back to Bangkok to catch a minibus down to Hua Hin. Very, very hot through Thailand at that particular time of the year. Talking to the locals through not only Phuket, Hua Hin and in Bangkok, it was one of the hottest years they've experienced for a long time. Even with water shortages, it's still pretty much there. But hopefully things will improve as far as the water supply there is concerned, but they'll get through that one way or another. So we had a great time there in Hua Hin, and then we went back to Bangkok. In the meantime, in Phuket, went back a few days. My computer crapped itself, one for a better word. I'm trying to think of a good word without swearing. Shit itself. So in Hua Hin, I'm starting to freak out because I lost contact with all the necessary emails that I had on the computer, which I didn't have access to because all my passwords are on the computer. So I end up going back to Bangkok, and try to find somewhere to get it fixed. Bad news, good news, yeah, possibly. Bad news, 5 days. We're only back in Bangkok for 3 days, 3 nights. So that was going to be a no-go for that. So I'm freaking out here and trying to remember all my passwords and whatnot to get into my particular emails to deal with what I had organised for Dad while I was away. So that was fine. We got through that, albeit pulled my hair out along the way, freaking out a little bit, not knowing what's going on. So I settled down once we got back to Bangkok. I found a few more, got my sister, to let me know of a couple of passwords because I got them all elsewhere at home. And from there, we had some great nights there in Bangkok, and from there I said, see you later guys. They went home, and I continued on to back to Bangkok, not to Bangkok, back to Phnom Penh to see my partner and kids and the family and everything, and just sit back, chill and relax. And I spent 2 weeks there. That was all good, enjoyed it, chilled out, had fun with all the girls and the kids and the family. Didn't do a great deal, just wanted to sit back, relax, go drink at a few of the bars, go for walks everywhere, just general relax. Nothing too spectacular, nothing. So I did that, that was all fantastic, and got through it all. So from there, come back to a lot more woes at work. We got through all that, headaches, pulled my hair out. Not that I got much to pull out anyway, but we managed to get through. So then came through closer to October. We'll wind back a bit. I planned another trip to Bangkok and possibly over to Phnom Penh with another friend of mine who wanted to go to Bangkok and also go to Phnom Penh, which I said we go to Siem Reap again. Wind on October. Well, at the start of October, more bad news. I'll go back a few months. Had a second appointment for Dad in July it was, and the latter part of July, I should say. Dad had a second appointment. Yes, confirmed onset of dementia, Alzheimer's. More forgetful than anything else. Doesn't remember what happened 10 minutes ago, but can remember what happens 40, 50, 60 years ago. So he lives in the past. 86-year-old, 2-year-old is what I call it, but I deal with what I have to do. So out of that, roll on October, we're dealing with Dad's problems. Get a phone call on a Saturday morning. Mum passed away. Now, Mum has had dementia for near on 10 years, but it goes back a long way. So dealt with all that. Sounds bad, she passed away. It's a blessing in disguise, don't take that the wrong way. She's been in a nursing home for roughly about 7 years as a vegetable, and no one deserves any of that sort of life. You couldn't talk to her, couldn't say anything. She passed away in her sleep, so best case scenario, she moved on. Now we can move on as a family, dealing with a lot of stuff. Well, we're still trying to get our way through that, but that'll eventually sort itself out, eventually. So, yeah, and needless to say, I had a trip planned in November for a friend of mine, well, a couple of them actually, and they all sort of agreed, yeah, now's not the time to go, so I didn't do that. So that worked out, still had a few more problems. Out of that also, I had a bit of a change through work, whatnot, so I'm looking after Dad more full on now, so I've got a part-time job only in the morning, and when I get up in the morning, go and do what I need to do, come back, and I do have carers arranged for him twice a day. So out of that, that's only 4 days a week. Out of that, I get up early. I know Dad doesn't get out of bed early, and I mean I'm out of bed early at 5 o'clock in the morning. So out of that, carers turn up at 9 o'clock. By the time I get to come home, I've already walked to work and I walk home. So that's good. A good exercise. I enjoy it. I feel a lot better from doing it. And from there, I got through, and just in December we had another appointment with the doctor, and more bad news. Don't seem to get a great deal of good news at the moment. Career change, well, so much job change and so forth. Dealing with a lot of issues. We got through. Yeah, well, it's not going to get any better as far as dementia is concerned, so, and Alzheimer's. So just deal with it. So in a December visit with his geriatrician, doctor said, have you looked at any nursing homes? I said, well, this is what I plan, because I do plan on doing something in the foreseeable future. There's a hint there for you. So basically what he said was, start looking around now for a nursing home for your father, because you can only do so much for him. And yes, I know that full well. That's one of the reasons why Mum ended up in a nursing home. She just ended up being a vegetable basically for the last 6 years of her life, and that's not on. I even got called home early for one of my trips. That was in early 18. So anyway, out of that, that was another sort of half expected bad news. We knew it was eventually going to happen, so I originally wanted to have Dad stay in a nursing home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning my sister pick him up, take him with her home to her place, and she spends the next 3 nights with her. Doctor said, no, not going to happen. I said, no, it's best for him. And he said, no. When he goes into a nursing home, rather than fight him every time he goes in there and fight him every time he goes out to go back, no, once he goes in there, he stays there. No argument. And it's not what I wanted, but the doctor at the time said, it's not my decision, it's not what I wanted, it's not what I planned for him, it's what the doctor says. And it was sort of funny in itself, because you saw a little bit of a quiver from Dab's lip. Oh, but he said, it's not Stephen's fault, it's my decision. This is what's going to happen for when he goes away. And out of that, I'm looking forward to doing something in the foreseeable future. Hint, hint. I won't say when, and I won't say where, but pretty much a bit obvious. But yeah, so out of that, I have a trip planned, and but we've got to get through the rest of the year, which was the end. Had a very quiet Christmas. Took Dad up to see all these grandkids and whatnot at my sister's place before they went away. That was a week before Christmas. And then from there, I took him up again, where my sister, her husband, myself and Dad had Christmas lunch together, and brought him home. And come New Year's Eve, I didn't do anything, because I can't take Dad really anywhere. He's just a bit more on the fragile side. Doesn't really walk anywhere. He shuffles everywhere. Takes him all day just to walk around the corner, basically. Around the corner. So out of that, great. Now we're into the new year, 2020, new decade, 2020. So out of that, I'm looking forward to doing some more things. And I look at my screen there. I can see my beautiful partner, that ugly bugger there, and my beautiful girl there, Millie. And you can see Teddy, and that's Junior, and Dad in the picture just above me right there. So I do have them with me all the time. Billy and Teddy are still kicking. Billy's getting on in his age, so I'm not feeling a great deal for him. Whether I get another year or 2 maybe out of him, he's really feeling it too. Teddy's still quite active. So I'm looking forward to a sort of a mixed year, but I'm really looking forward to getting away once more, and hopefully, without cracking my fingers, everything goes reasonably well. I can start doing a lot more vlogging. I have purchased a couple of little items to try and help me go along. I bought a new 3 terabyte hard drive. I do have another computer, even though I haven't fixed up my old one, which shit itself. So that's still sitting there. Just haven't had the chance to do it, let alone the money. So I just have to go with the flow on that one. But anyway, like I was saying, let's look forward to a happy new year and a great decade. We're into the 20s now. Let's go forward, go onward, and be great. So whatever you're doing, hope you had a fantastic start to the new year. Hope your Christmas was great. remember, always be safe. Take care out there, and see you in travel somewhere along the line. Maybe catch up somewhere. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, and please comment. Tell me how your new year went. Ciao for now from Steve, Southeast Asia.